Hello, everybody, and welcome into Live from the Other Side. My name is Brooke Ashly. I am an evidential medium, and you are here on the Spirit Realm Network with me. Here on the Spirit Realm Network, Live from the Other Side, you can catch me every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And these are all beautiful, loving, incredible spirit-led readings where I go to the spirit world and I ask who is here. As I'm working tonight, I'm just going to bring forward your loved ones through evidence and information you should be able to understand. Okay, so this is how this beautiful show works tonight. Okay, so what happens is when I go to the spirit world and I ask who's here, they start to line up and they start to give me information one at a time. And what ends up happening is I start to bring forward and funnel that information to you. So as I'm funneling that information to you, I'm going to ask if anybody understands the information. And when I am asking that question, what I would like is for you to listen really clearly. And if you understand everything that I am saying for your loved one, you're going to tell me in the chat by putting a 100. That means you understand 100%. I like for everybody to be able to understand 98 to 100% of every single thing that is being said. It helps me figure out where I am going. If you understand less, you do not have to put it in the chat. You can just know that that's a postcard from your loved one where they're giving you a big kiss through information that they know you're going to know and they know you're going to hear tonight because you're here with me. And you can take that as a postcard, put it in your pocket, a big hug and a kiss from your loved one. But I will be working with the people who are understanding 98 to 100% of the information. I usually like for it to be 100% of the information that I'm understanding, okay? Now, what does that mean? 98 means you can understand everything except maybe two pieces that are small pieces of information, nothing major. Either you don't know, you can't validate, or you're not sure, or it's like, doesn't make sense. 99% means I understand every single thing you're saying, except for one little thing that wasn't that big of a deal. Either I don't understand or I'm not sure. 100% means I understand every single thing you said. I understand every single thing that you just said to me. You will put a 100 in the chat. That's going to let me know who I'm with because I am working in the chat section today. So this is how we're going to be working is through this chat, this lovely, beautiful chat. Please know and understand that I usually see all of the comments, but sometimes I don't see some of the comments until after it's posted and I watch it back. So if you feel like you're getting filtered or I can't see you, it's okay to repeat 100% or something of that nature, okay? What we have is postcards and piggybacks as well. Postcards means you can understand some of the information, but not all of it, and you don't understand 98 to 100%. It just means it's a kiss and a hug from your loved one. What we also have are what we call piggybacks or parallel readings. Parallel readings really just mean that two people can literally understand every single thing that I am saying. They're not putting a square peg into a round hole. They're not trying to make it fit. It truly, they understand everything. So when I say that, I mean, I have two guys on the other side. They're both named Mike. They both had a German Shepherd. They both had a son. They both had a mother named Mary. They both died from a heart attack. They both lived in Wisconsin. Like these are very specific things. And when I work evidentially as a medium, I try to get as evidential as I possibly can. I don't want to give you vague information. I don't want to give you something that a lot of people can take. So I really work hard to make sure that the stuff I'm bringing forward is very evidential so that I make sure that I am giving the message to the right person, okay? I don't want to give a message accidentally to the wrong person. So sometimes there are more than one person that can understand literally everything. Like I just said with the mics, right? That is called a piggyback or a parallel reading. And what that means is that two people on the other side were like, you know what? You are exactly like me. We have the same story. Let's get to the front of the line because that way two people tonight, two of our loved ones can get messages instead of maybe just one person who came to the front of the line and only one person out of everyone here tonight could understand it. So the spirit world is trying to give as many messages to people as they possibly can in a short period of time. So they're kind of organizing themselves on the other side right now, okay? So that is how that works. I hope everybody understands everything that's I've said so far tonight. Remember, 98 to 100% is what you need to be able to take. And then I will work with you. Let me know in the comment by putting 100, 99 or 98 for the amount that you are able to take. If it's less, don't worry, you don't have to put it in the chat. let's see here. And that is the best way for me to know that you still understand everything that I am saying. Okay, guys. So as we move forward tonight, I'd just like to remind you guys, please don't feed me any information in the chat. That means if I didn't bring it forward, you don't want to give me extra. If I bring forward a woman who's very sick, you don't want to say in the chat, yes, she had pancreatic cancer and she died when she was 54 and she had 3 cats and I have her gold necklace. You don't want to give me stuff that I didn't give you, okay? Because it's better for me to bring it to you from your loved one than it is for you to give it to me, right? It's always so much better that way because then it's like, oh my gosh, how did you know that? So make sure that you don't feed me anything in the chat. You're not going to give me information that I didn't give you, okay? All right, guys. So with that being said, let's get started tonight. I'm so excited that you all are here today. Thank you so much for chatting in the chat with me. And let's get started today. So let me see who I have coming forward, okay? All right. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Julia. Okay, I have a woman stepping forward who's connected to the name Julie or Julia. It doesn't have to be her name. I just know there's a connection to the name Julie or Julia. This woman is talking to me immediately about flowers being really important, but this is interesting because she's talking about wildflowers. So I know that she would have wildflowers on her property where she would just like pour the seeds in and let the wildflowers go to town. She also loved wind chimes. Sometimes a little annoying with the wind chimes with this woman, but I feel like she really enjoyed the sound of wind chimes. She's very connected in that way. She does tell me she's sick before she passes away. And I do feel like I want to talk about cancer in the chest area. So this is going to be breast or lung. I just know I'm being drawn to the chest area. So let me know if anybody understands this woman on the other side who would be connected to a name like Julie or Julia somehow. She's talking to me about wildflowers being on her property. She would just spread the seeds and let them go to town because she doesn't like to be too over the top with it. And she just likes to let nature be nature. She's talking to me about being sick with a cancer that would have been in her chest. Does anybody understand this so far? Let me know 98, 99, or 100% in the chat if anybody understands this so far. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, almost 98. Okay. All right, let's see here. So, Aslan, what do you not understand? I feel like it should be pretty close to 100 at this point because I have not given a ton of information. So I'll go through it again. A woman somehow connected to the name Julie or Julia somehow. And so it's either going to be her name or someone very close to her that she would like to talk about today. She's talking to me about wildflowers in her yard. Important. She is talking to me about wind chimes. She liked them. She would have had them. She's talking to me about being sick with cancer diagnosis in the chest somehow. 98. Okay, 98, but it'd be for my friend Julie. So Samantha, are you telling me that this message would be a message that would be for your friend Julie? This is Julie's loved one, Samantha. Is that what you're telling me, honey? Julia was related to me more than her, but the rest resonates pretty accurately. Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Laura, what is it that you cannot understand? What can you not understand? And Samantha, what can you not understand? Exactly. So Samantha, you understand that this would be for Julie, a message for Julie. That happens all the time, Samantha. Happens all the time. They're like, I know that you know Julie. I want to talk to Julie. So I'm going to give you the message for Julie. So that happens a lot. So stick with me. Okay, sweetie? Okay, so I feel like she wants to talk to me about the fact that this is interesting. She shows me the number 3 being significant. So this is going to be the month of March, or the 3rd that is going to be connected to the anniversary of her birthday. But she's also talking to me about 3 people in the room with her when she passes away. So I feel like she wants to talk about knowing that the 3 people were surrounding her around the time that she passed away. She is talking to me about home is where the heart is. So I feel like she's talking about wanting to either be at home when she passes or yeah, she was taken home at some point. Either she's home or she was taken home. Okay, the name would be Judy, not Julie. Laura, understood. Okay. Possibly Kay. It could possibly, I just know I heard like a Julia sort of name. So I'm going to ask, if everything I've said so far, what can you understand of it? Woman, Julia name, wildflowers, wind chimes. She's sick with cancer in the chest. She talks about the number 3 being significant. So this is either the month of March or the 3rd. She also talks to me about 3 people in the room with her when she passes away. And she's telling me home is where the heart is. Okay. All right, guys, just let me know 100, 98, or 99, because when I have to kind of sift through what people are saying, it starts to get really confusing for me. Okay. Julie is just a name she's giving me. So this could be someone who's in the living who is connected to her, or this could be her name. Julia. So when I get names, sometimes it's the person on the other side's name, and sometimes it's someone in the living they want to address. Okay. So I need you to be able to just kind of compartmentalize everything that I've said so far and let me know 98, 99, or 100%. Okay. Okay. Kay, what can you not take? Hello, welcome in. Thank you for being here on the Spirit Realm Network with me, Brooke Ashly, live from the other side every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate you. Okay, so Aslan is out. Okay, I need to know. I will say this. I will say with the chat that I'm looking at right now, I cannot scroll up. So once the chat has gone up, I'm not able to really see the chat. So I'm hoping I can read this in real time. So we may need to work it out one thing at a time. Okay. You just read Jack. His girlfriend was Julie and her mom died of cancer. That could be it, Dee, very much. So you understand. Do you understand everything I'm saying about this woman who would have died from cancer? It would have been in the chest. She would have liked wildflowers, had them on her property. She would have had a wind chime. She would have had 3 people in the room with her when she passed away. She's talking about the number 3 also signifying either the 3rd of a month or March. So who understands this information? 100%, 99%. Okay. Yes, they lived on a farm. And you understand that this cancer was in her chest, correct? In the chest. So this is either breast cancer or something in the chest. You also understand that she would have died at home, Dee. Is that correct? She would have died at home. Okay. You understand everything except for the name Julie, Laura. Do you understand something like Julie? Okay, she passed with Julie and her husband breast cancer. Dee, I think I'm with you. So I'm going to work with you, Dee. Thank you. Stick around. I did read for Dee, like right before I came on here, I did a reading for Dee and her father, Jack, came through. So it's very interesting how this woman is kind of hanging around Jack like, okay, well, my turn. Very interesting. Okay. Welcome in. Okay. So she wants to talk about, thank you for letting me pass away at home in peace. She makes me feel like that would have been the way that she wanted it. That's how she wanted it. She loved nature. She loved the sun on her face. She loved the wind. She loved all of that stuff. So she's telling me that the ability to pass away from home, I feel like someone's taking her outside or she's getting to go outside and get sun on her face, even though she might be harder to be mobile towards the end. But I know that that's something she's expressing to me, being grateful for. Okay. She's very grateful for that. I also feel it's interesting too, because you said farm, but I keep seeing horses. So I know that she wants to talk about the horse and the love of horses with her or her family members. Her mom was very kind. I was not close with her, but my dad was wonderful. Hello, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here today. If you're new, just go ahead and put a heart in the chat so that I know that you have not been here before and you're brand new today. Okay. So there's a message here. Thank you for the sunshine. Thank you for the nature. Thank you for everything. And it's very important for her to let her family know that she's safe and at peace on the other side. Safe and at peace on the other side. She doesn't want anybody to think that she's not around. But here's the thing is, I know that somebody is hearing like wind chimes and it's her. So she's like, I show up as like wind chimes in the air. I want everybody to know that like I'm the butterflies, I'm all of this stuff. It's really important because she was so connected to nature that is how she shows up. So she wants to make sure that everybody knows that. I know she had horses, but I honestly, oh, she did have horses. I don't know much about her. Okay, wonderful. So this is just the message, right? Enjoy nature, get out there, really honestly, because I think it was so healing for her. So there's even a message for you in this, D, to enjoy nature, to get out there, to like be around the elements, to be around animals, to be like, that was really important. And she said that was such a healing place that it is for so many other people too, even if they don't know it. So it's just like a message of like, get out there, get your feet in the ground, connect with nature because it's always going to support you. Nature's always going to support you in that way. You know, the earth that we are connected to at all times. Okay. Yes, I love that, Dee. So I'm going to leave you with that love. And thank you so much for claiming your person and being here tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will move into the next connection. So if you understand this information, I like it to be 98, 99, or 100. I personally prefer 100%. But I understand if there's one little thing wrong, well, we can figure it out, okay? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Make sure you're following the Spirit Realm Network. Make sure that you are sharing out this live. Make sure you're liking the live and interacting in the live. It just really helps all the shows and the Spirit Realm Network and everything else. So share, like, all that good stuff, okay? All right, wonderful. So let's see who's here next. I have a male stepping forward. He would have passed away from lung cancer. I know this is lung cancer. We got a cancer day today, lung cancer. He was a heavy smoker. He does talk to me about, that's weird. Okay. I'll put that aside for now. I swear I heard the name Dale, D-A-L-E, connected somehow, but I'm going to set that to the side because it was a little softer. A little bit on the softer side, but I have a male lung cancer. He was a heavy smoker. He talks about 2 kids, one of which he was not close to when he passed away, one of which he was estranged from when he passed away. So who understands the male lung cancer, 2 kids, one of which he was not close to when he passed away, was a super heavy smoker? Let me know if you understand that information. Just let me know if you are understanding that. Welcome in, everyone. Okay, so, okay, let's see here. He is talking to me about not always doing everything perfect, but he tried his best. He tried his best. I also feel like there's an estrangement from the mother of his children, which could have caused an estrangement from the child that he wasn't super close to. Okay, Shannon, I need to know what you cannot understand. Deanna, I need to know what you cannot understand. Okay, you need to let me know 98, 99, or 100% of everything I'm saying, because trying to work out who understands what can get really, really messy, and then it can kind of like slow down the reading a little bit. So if you don't understand 100%, but you understand 99 or 98, you need to tell me in the chat what it is you do not understand, okay? Okay, Shannon, not for me. Okay, so Deanna, what do you not understand? And Shelly, how much of this can you understand? 98, 99, 100% are the amounts here. Okay. Okay, so then I know that that's strong, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so I have a male here who would have passed away from lung cancer, who would have had 2 kids. He would have been estranged from one of his kids, or they weren't really talking towards the end of his life. He was a heavy smoker, and he makes me feel like there was also an estrangement from the mother of his kids. Okay. Oh, so you understand the name Dale. What's LV, Shelly? I don't know what LV is. So you understand 100% of this. And he would have been estranged from the mother of his children, and one of his children he would not have been very close to at the end, or wouldn't have been talking to them. And I did write down the name Dale, so thank you for reiterating that you do understand the name Dale, because I wasn't sure if that's what I heard. I was like, is it Dale? So that's interesting. Okay. Hi, welcome in. Okay. 2 estranged children from a previous marriage. Okay, Shelly, you understand that. Okay. What is LV? Oh, lung cancer. Okay, perfect. So I really feel like I'm with you, Shelly, because you do understand this. Okay. So we have the uncle who died of lung cancer. His son's name is Dale, which I wrote down Dale. He's got estranged children from a previous marriage, and he smoked. Correct, Shelly? He smoked. Heavy. I feel like it was a heavy smoker thing. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like we figured out where we're at, Shelly. I do believe I am with you. He's talking to me about having a lot of regrets in his life. He says he could have done things better. He talks to me about being in and out, in and out. So I feel like he maybe was moving. There's this situation of moving or being in and out where I feel like it was harder for, it would have been up to him to really involve himself in being close with the kids. And he made excuses like, I'm too far away. I don't have transportation, something like that. There's excuses. Okay. Yes, he smoked a lot. You understand him wanting to talk about the excuses and the distance, maybe possibly moving a lot or something of that nature, because he's talking about that, wanting to apologize really for that and taking accountability for that part of his personality and who he was while he was here in the living, not understanding that it was time to put his big boy pants on and maybe take some accountability for some of the stuff that was on him. Because I do feel like he's very deflective, okay? He's talking about taking accountability for being deflective in life, okay? Absolutely, okay. So please know that he just wants to bring that forward today. And that's really the message, Shelly, is just please let my family know that I understand how I hurt them. I understand why they weren't really talking to me. And I understand that I needed to take accountability and I was very deflective. So I want to apologize and at least let my family know that here in the spirit world, that I'm aware of that and I'm taking accountability for it. He's like, I'm sorry if it feels like it's a little too late, but I wanted you to know that. Okay. I wanted you to know that. And he's also talking to me about the fact that he doesn't want people being afraid that he was alone when he passed away, because he's talking to me about either refusing treatment or by the time they caught it, it was too late really for any treatment to be. There's something going on where he can't do treatment, right? So this is either it's too late or he can't afford it. He's just like, I don't want to do that, right? So he's talking about wanting people to know that there's this aspect of not feeling sad about how he passed away or having second thoughts about him being alone. Okay. My mom, his sister was really upset. It was traumatic, a quick ending. Okay. Okay. So please know that he doesn't want people to ruminate on that. You know, he's like, I'm okay. I made my bed, I kind of laid in it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay and I'm safe and at peace. Okay, Shelly? So he just wants everybody to know he's all right. He's all right. And he can tinker with anything he wants on the other side, and nobody gets mad at him for being messy. You know, like when an HOA is like certain people, they can't live in an HOA because they've got like car parts and motor parts or junk or stuff that they picked up along the way, like piling up in their yard or across the side of their house or something like that. And it's like, I can have as much junk as I want to and nobody bothers me about it. So he might have been a little bit of a pack rat too. So I am going to leave you with that, Shelly. And thank you so much for letting me bring him forward for you. I hope that that message to your mom really maybe can just lay to rest some of the ruminating on this idea of him being alone. Okay, he's okay. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that, sweetie. And thank you so much for claiming him. Sometimes it takes a little minute for us to figure out where we're going and who we're really with, but I trust spirit so much. I trust spirit. So let's move into another reading. I have a young male here. He passed away in a car accident. He's telling me that was his fault. So he wants to apologize for losing control. I feel like he was maybe going too fast is what he tells me. He wasn't paying attention, and I feel like he kind of lost control of the car. And he wants to profusely apologize because his mom is like on the brink, is what he's telling me. I need my mom to know that I haven't left her. I need my mom to know that I'm still here. I really worry about her sometimes. He's talking to me about that. I do feel like he's going to be in his 20s, young 20s, because he's telling me that he had just, I feel like he's like close to around the time that he's like able to legally drink, is what he's telling me. So there could have also been maybe like a couple drinks involved here, but I know that he's like showing me that age range and he's telling me that. So who understands this information? You're very welcome, Shelly. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Who understands this information, my dears? 100% Samantha, got you. Okay. Okay, Samantha. Would you understand the number 8 being significant as the month of August, or the 8th of a month that he would like to bring forward for the anniversary birthday to let people know, hey, here's a piece of information that they should know. That it's me. Okay. 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 Month of passing. Okay, Samantha, you understand it as the month of passing. Month of passing. Okay. So Amber, I see you understand 100% as well. You also understand the 8. Let me know how you can understand the 8 for him, Amber, okay? Okay. Month of passing is August. Sam, I really feel connected to you in this. I really feel connected, but let's just keep moving forward, okay? He's telling me that there's a male figure on the other side with him that feels like a dad. I just heard of like dad's with me, dad's with me. So this could be like birth dad, stepdad, something like that, but it's a male figure that feels like a dad. And he wants people to know that they're together. Would you understand that, Samantha? He was almost 21. Okay, got it. That totally makes sense. Yes, okay. So he's like, I wanted everybody to know I've got dad with me, okay? Month of passing. Okay, Amber. Is he on the other side with his dad, Amber? Do you understand that? Okay. Oh, my dad, not his dad. Doesn't matter, Samantha. He could just be wanting to let you know, hey, I have, because he said it like this to me, I have dad here. That's exactly how he said it. I have dad here. So this very much could be your dad, Samantha. He's coming through to say hello and says, oh, yeah, I got your dad here because I just heard I have dad here. Not my dad, not a dad. I have dad. So, okay. All right. So stick with me. My stepdad, he was almost 21. Okay. Okay, stick with me. It looks like we have a full piggyback here. This gentleman is talking to me about a black car. I feel like the car was black in color. Would you understand that? The one that he had the accident in? Kind of looks like a black sedan, but I just know it's black in color, and he's talking to me about that. Yes. He is very profusely wanting to make sure that people check up on his mom. That's really the big thing. Okay. Okay, Sam, stick with me. I just am seeing a black vehicle. It feels like it would, if he's showing it to me, I would figure it's the one he had the accident in, but if it's not, just stick with me, okay? All right. Okay. Okay. I know that he's very concerned about his mother. Okay. I know he's very concerned about that. He talks to me about being cremated as well. I feel like he would have been cremated. And I feel like he talks to me about the fact that mom keeps him very close to her. So he's like literally like right on the mantle or like right next to her bedstand. And he's talking to me about mom like being like that close to him. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Thank you, Samantha. Stick with me. This could also be something about her car as well. So if she has a black car, a black sedan, this could also be him like acknowledging like that she's having car trouble or something. Sometimes they throw a weird clairvoyant image at me and I have to figure out why they're showing it to me. So it could be something else. So just put the black car in your back pocket because I do feel like you still are understanding it. Yes, cremated. I have his ashes on me. Amber, are you mom? Are you mom? I am the mom, Sam. Okay. His sister has a black sedan. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. Your mom and the black sedan belongs to sister. Okay. So he's talking to me about, I feel like she's having car trouble. And I feel like he's talking to me about making sure that she's not ignoring the signs of like car trouble. He's like, tell her to get it checked. She can't just keep ignoring it. You know what I mean? I don't want her to like have to call you, Samantha, to like come pick her up because she's like chilling. Okay. Both moms here. Okay. I love that these beautiful sons are coming through, knowing that their moms need them really bad right now. And they're teaming up together. They're teaming up for you too. Um, team mom. They just said team mom. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like he wants to talk about the fact that he's like, I like my shrine. It's really nice. He's talking that you have a shrine of him. He's like, it is the most. He's like, look, Brooke, it's kind of obnoxious, but it's really cool. It's like you definitely, when you walk in the house, he's like trying to tell a joke. So I know he's really funny. He's trying to make light, and he's like, you definitely know when you walk in the house that somebody died. Like that's what he's telling me about, like this shrine that is like set up for him. It's his pictures and his stuff, and it's like, oh, you know. And he's making a joke about that. He's like, you definitely know. Um, he talks to me about football as well. I want to talk about the football jersey. Samantha, do you understand him wanting to talk about the football jersey as well? And Amber, let me know if you understand that. Thank you guys for being here. Yes, it takes up an entire wall, the shrine. Okay. You understand the football jersey that he wants to acknowledge? Okay. Okay. I just keep seeing this football jersey. Um, okay. What color? What color? What color? Would you guys understand something about the Midwest, like Minnesota, Wisconsin area, something of that nature? Um, because I'm going to tell you, I said, show me more about the jersey. And it looks like it's purple and gold, which I know is like Vikings colors. So I'm trying to understand. I'm like, just show me more. I'm trying to understand what's going on with this, what looks to be like a jersey. Take those postcards, Nicole, and please know that those aren't accidents. Those are your loved ones giving you nuggets. Nuggets, okay? True, honest. There's no accidents for you being here tonight to hear the nuggets that you've heard, okay? All right. Okay. So is it? I don't know. Could be the Baltimore Ravens. Anybody understand Baltimore, Maryland? Anybody understand Maryland? Samantha, Amber? I'm not good with all of the I forget. So you're right. Purple is also Ravens. So sometimes they're trying to bring me to a location or a state as well. So I'm not sure. So I feel like he just wants to come through and let everybody know that he's okay and he's safe at peace. His school color when he it was purple. So like his football team at his school and everything would be purple. Like their jerseys would have purple on it, Samantha. Purple and gold or purple and something like that. So I feel like he wants to talk about, look, this is going to go into the memorial, right? The memorial with the candles or the lighters in the air in the dark from his loved ones, all his friends, things of that nature. The school could have also even done something to acknowledge or remember him because he's bringing me to these colors and it means something. Right. So I'm trying to follow this and I'm like, okay, talk more about it. And then it starts to look like a memorial. It starts to look like candles are lit or lighters are in the air. It starts to feel like that, right? So it's this acknowledgement of a celebration of life of him that was so big that he just couldn't believe that so many people wanted to come out and mourn him and mourn the loss of him. It was so amazing, he says. Okay. Maroon and gold. Interesting. Maroon and gold. Okay. Oh, his sister's was purple and gold. Okay. Purple and gold. Okay. All right. Would you understand that he would have missed his sister's graduation, sweetie? Would you understand that? Yes, Samantha. Okay, thank you. You understand that. There we are. Do you see how the breadcrumb? It's so frustrating because he shows me the school colors and then he's talking about memorial. Like, I know he's talking about his memorial having so many people, right? And I'm like, I feel like he's like, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. So let's move on to the memorial. And then when you were like, no, his sisters were purple and gold, I'm like, oh, what do you want to say about your sister and her school then? Because obviously you brought up your sister and her school for a reason. What? And he's like, I missed her graduation. I missed her graduation physically. So it's just his way of trying to acknowledge that he didn't actually miss it. He was there in spirit with her. I also feel like he wants to talk about her having like a picture of him on her when she graduates. So he's talking to me about her. It's like under her cap, or there's something going on where she keeps his picture with her while she's graduating and walking down that aisle to get her diploma. And he's like, look, I was with you and I was with you. Think I wasn't with you? I'm not going to miss that. Right. So yes, she did. So please know that he knows that she did that. He knows she did that and that he was with her in her camp. Perfect. Thank you. So just know that it's his way of saying, I haven't left you. I haven't left her. I haven't left anybody. And I am with your dad, Samantha. So just please know that like he's not alone. He doesn't feel like he's so surrounded by everybody on the other side, whether it's your loved ones, their loved ones, his grandpa, grandma, whatever it is. It's just his way of saying, look, I want everybody to know that I was greeted when I came into the spirit world. Really important. That's why he's acknowledging that there's somebody standing next to him. He needs people to know that he was not alone when he walked into the spirit world. Okay. Because sometimes people think about him out there alone when that happened, and it makes people sad. And he's like, I need people to not feel sad that I was this idea of alone. I wasn't. I was greeted immediately. Okay. So it's just his way of wanting to ease some of that grief in that space. Okay, sweetie. So I am going to leave you with this love. And for anybody else who understood, Amber, if you understood most of this, but not every single thing specifically, it doesn't mean it's not your loved one. Your sons came together today to make sure that you were both supported in this space, to know that they are here. They haven't left you. They love you to bits and pieces. They're never going to leave. Amber, he's talking about, he just wants to talk about necklaces real quick with his ashes in them because he tells me more than one person has it. Do you understand that, Amber? He just says, by the way, for my mom, I just want to say like the ashes in the necklaces. Okay. I also feel like somebody wants to make the clothes into like a bear or something else. Make the clothes into a bear or something. And he's like, it's okay. You don't have to worry about cutting up my stuff if it's going to make something even cooler. If it's going to make something even cooler, don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. Yes. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me read for you both. Okay. Multiple people do. Okay, thank you, Amber. So he just wanted to give that nugget to you, and a huge bear hug as well. Huge bear hug. He's so cute. They're both just amazing kiddos. And so I just wanted to make sure that I brought them through well for you guys today because they really wanted to get their messages through that they're with you always. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome in. I am going to make another connection. Okay. Okay. Okay, I have a male here, heavy drinker, alcoholic when he was alive, definitely an alcoholic, and he was not the nicest person. I also forgot to tell you guys at the beginning, if I bring through your loved one, loved one, and you do not want to hear from them, you just tell me in the chat. I understand every single thing you were saying. I don't want to talk to them, and I will stop. Okay. Because this gentleman is not nice. Okay. He is coming through, he's acknowledging abuse. He is acknowledging alcohol. He is acknowledging being rough around the edges. He is acknowledging being a tyrant, is what he calls it. He was older when he passed, so I do feel like he's maybe in his 80s, 70s, 80s when he passes. He just wasn't nice. And he is atoning on the other side. He's like, oh my God, you know, like, he definitely is taking a hard look at his life review. So is there anybody who understands the older male, 70s, 80s, who was a major alcoholic, who was not nice, who would have been abusive and would have passed away that way? Like, he never would have changed up until the day he passed. He never would have changed. Aslan, you understand this person? Do you want to talk to them? Is it okay? Grandfather. Okay. Is it okay if I bring him through? Do you want me to keep going, sweetie? I want to give you that choice, you know, with what kind of the feeling I'm getting here. Okay. All right. So he's coming through and he's saying that he also makes me feel like he wants to apologize for how his actions affected his kids that then affected his kids. So I want to talk about him with a son. Do you understand him having a son of his own that would have really got like, just had a really rough upbringing? Okay, you have no trauma. Good. Good. But I feel like he wants to talk about the son that did have trauma. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay. So he's bringing that through and he's talking to me about, would you understand this son being in the spirit world? Is this son on the other side? This is interesting because I swear I just heard, like, I swear, like, he just said, I killed my son. I killed my son. So it's his way of acknowledging, like, his behavior being so bad that it would have led to someone living their life in a way that really, it ended up taking their life. By, you know, following the example of alcoholism, not taking care of themselves, things that just like all of that, like throwing care to the wind. I don't care anymore. And now because of my actions, there's health problems, major health problems. So I'm not sure if the person is still in the living with the health problems or if they passed. His son is like, would you understand his son with the health problems? My husband passed from liver cancer, partly due to his drinking, but was a lot younger and wasn't. So this is not him then, Nicole. That would not be him because this is not a nice man. This man is not nice. Okay. Okay. So do you understand, Aslan, his son having either some drinking issues or does not take care of his health, suffers from depression? He's a drinker, but the opposite of his dad and happy and extroverted. Okay. Is he a heavy drinker, Aslan? Oh, so he's an alcoholic. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to understand why this gentleman on the other side is talking so much about his son and how his attributes have bled into his son's attributes. And he's worried that the attributes that he's gotten from him could kill him one day. So I know that he's aware of the alcoholism then. I know that he's aware of the drinking and how hard that is on the body and how bad that is. because Aslan, I feel like that drinking would have also contributed to the passing of your grandfather, of the grandfather figure here. Okay. Okay. So it's just his way of apologizing that that attribute now affects another person. I'm glad that he's happy and he's a good person and all of that stuff. But I want to talk about just him wanting to apologize for, whatever he put his son through that made his son kind of take on drinking in the first place and get stuck on it that way. Okay. Generational trauma. Okay. That makes so much sense. Right. He is well aware of what he did. He is well aware of who he was. He is totally absorbing his soul contract, and he wants everybody to know that, like, I am here taking full accountability. Hi, Virginia. I love you. Full accountability. That's all he's here for, is taking accountability today. That's what he wanted to come through for, Aslan. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that. He really was just like, I'll be quick. I just want to take accountability today. Fortunately, many people have mean alcohol men in their lives. Oh, I hope that's not true. Oh, that makes me sad. I don't. No. Yeah. So he's taking accountability. Okay. So I will leave you with that. I am going to tap in again, guys, and let's see who comes through. I have the opposites. I have a woman here who's talking to me about, she's very bubbly. She would have passed away in her 80s. She's talking to me about blonde hair. So I know she wouldn't have let herself go gray or white in her hair. No way, Jose, is she going to go gray. She has got blonde hair, blonde. She's bubbly. She is fun. She doesn't like to slow down. She's definitely someone who I feel like when she passed away, it was a shock to the whole family because we weren't really expecting it, even though she was older, because she was so vibrant. She was so vibrant and she had so much life left. So when she passed away, it felt like a shock. So this is going to be either like a heart-related issue out of nowhere or a stroke that would have taken her. This is how I feel with her. This is what she's showing me. She's also telling me that somebody literally has her gold clock in their house. She's like, somebody has my gold clock. It's like a gold colored clock. They have it. They think of me every time they look at it. So does anybody understand this woman on the other side? She was bubbly. She was go, go, go. She didn't like to slow down. She would have kept her hair more of a blonde than a gray or a white. She's talking about somebody has her gold colored clock in their house. And it was a shock when she passed away. Like, people were not expecting it. It kind of came out of nowhere. And I feel like this is a health related issue that she didn't know that she had, that kind of popped up, snaps her fingers. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I was gone so fast. Does anybody understand this woman? 100% in the comments if you understand 100% of everything I'm saying. 98, Ashley, what do you not understand? What do you not understand? And I'll wait to see if anybody else understands. Anybody understand this woman? She feels like a grandma. I feel like she would have been like around her 80s when she passed away. That's how she looks to me anyway. She would have dyed her hair. Okay, if it's 98, I need you guys to tell me what it is that you cannot take, okay? Because I can't move forward until I know what you don't understand. Why are you questioning it, Ashley? Is the hair color a yes or a no? Alana, you don't understand the gold clock. Okay. Is it that you don't, it's a no for the gold clock, or you just don't know if somebody would have her clock? It would have been like one that would sit on a table. So you know those clocks that kind of have the domes over it and they have the little things and the things turn the little ball thingies on the bottom. It kind of looks like that. So I'm wondering if you recognize that from her house. She's talking to me about Mother Mary. So I do feel like she would have been a religious woman. She wouldn't have thrown her religion in people's face, though. I feel like her religion was just for her, but I do feel like she would have had a Bible in her house. She would have liked to go to church on Sundays, but she's not the woman who's throwing it in everyone's face and using it to like and damn everybody. You know what I mean? Okay, it's a no for the gold clock. Okay, so Courtney, let me know what you cannot understand, sweetie. I'm the blonde. Interesting. I really feel like this woman would have colored her hair because she wouldn't have wanted her hair to be white. Yes, religious. Courtney, you understand she would have kind of colored her hair up to the end too, so that it didn't look totally white. I feel like it's more of a blonde color. She's bubbly, she's fun, she's outgoing, she's independent. She would have passed away in her 80s. It would have been a shock to everybody. People did not see this coming because she had so much life left. And she's talking to me about a clock that somebody would keep that would have belonged to her. She's also saying Mother Mary, which makes me feel like she would have been religious, but not judgy. Okay. Courtney, so you can take all of this. Okay, Courtney, stick with me. Okay. Okay. I feel like she wants everybody to know that she's this is interesting. She says, I'm not alone on the other side. He was waiting for me from the moment I stepped my pretty little shoe into the other side. So I feel like she would even try to wear like heels towards the end, but it was just like a very small kind of heel. But I feel like she likes to look nice and dress nice, and she likes to be put together. She smells nice, but she says he was waiting for me on the other side. So Courtney, you would understand that her husband or somebody of that nature would have been waiting for her on the other side? Yes. Okay. You understand that. Okay. So she's talking to me about that. And she's wanting to let me know that she's also showing me yellow birds, Courtney. So there's a connection to canaries. So either she looked great in yellow, she loved birds, that kind of thing, probably both. But it kind of looks like Tweety Bird. And sometimes when I see Tweety Bird, this would mean like you watched Looney Tunes when you were at her house when you were sick growing up, like Looney Tunes was your jam and you loved Tweety Bird or something like that. But it's a yellow canary and it keeps showing up like Tweety Bird. So weird. This is not a piggyback, Courtney. I think I'm with you. Okay. Oh, this is Courtney Pierce. I've got two Courtneys. How weird is that you're piggybacking and you're both named Courtney? You're like having a parallel reading and you're both named Courtney. That's wild. So Courtney Jones, you understand the Tweety Bird reference, the yellow canary? Oh, okay. Okay. She doesn't want you to take life too seriously. That's how it feels. She does not want you to take life too seriously. She's making me feel like she wouldn't. So why are you? She wouldn't take it seriously. So why are you taking it seriously? Because she makes me feel like you're getting drugged into these spaces that feel really like, I don't like this, but you're the center of it for some reason, or someone's trying to drag you into the center for some reason. You're like, how the hell did I get drugged into this? Can somebody explain this to me? Right. That's how it feels, Courtney. Would you understand that? Like lately you've been feeling like you're getting drugged into stuff. Like, how am I? You know? So she's like, doll, sometimes you just gotta let them speak your name on it and be like, anyways, you know what I mean? I'm 80s baby who will watch cartoons at her house. Okay. You understand that, Courtney? Oh my God, yes. Okay. So she's like, sometimes you gotta let them just speak your name and walk on with it. You know, like if you want to try to drag me in, you're gonna drag me in like falsely. You're gonna drag me in a place where I'm like ghost Courtney, because I'm not in it and I'm not here. So y'all want to speak my name on it. Y'all want to try to drag me into the center. I don't know how I got drugged into it, but you're gonna do it by yourself because I'm not in it. So she's just trying to support you in that right now, Courtney, because she just wants you to have joy in life because that's how she was. She's like, look, it's not worth it. She's like, I was on this earth for 80 something years. And she's talking about the fact that she had to learn sometimes the hard way that it's just not worth it. Right. So let them speak your name. Let them try to drag you in. You can be like, what, who? Blinders, and move forward, Courtney. Okay. So that was the message that she really had for you today, It's just being supportive of you for that. Okay. Just a lot of support to you for that. Oh man, I tell you. Okay. So she's also goes back. It's so funny because I wrote woman bubble on my page. I have to scribble when I read. Woman bubble. My pages are nuts, you guys. They look crazy, right? This is how I function inside of a reading that's not gallery in front of an audience of actual people on a stage. But she says bubble, and she takes me back to the word bubble. So would you understand something about blowing bubbles or her always giving you bubbles or something for Easter? She wants to acknowledge the bubbles, literally, Courtney. From her bubbles, you take them out, you blow them. She's just like, go back. She just said, boom, look at your page, bubbles. Okay. It kind of looks like it's in an Easter basket or like some sort of, so when you're like doing Easter baskets or you're doing like gifts or something for Christmas, like little stockings, it just feels like bubbles she wants to talk about. So she's just blowing bubbles. So I'm gonna leave you with the bubbles, Courtney. Bubbles. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that's okay. Maybe that was for the other Courtney. So thank you so much, honey. She is safe and at peace on the other side, always supporting you. She did give us Easter baskets. Okay, love that, love that. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. I want to thank everybody today for being here. I want you to know that if you did not get a reading tonight, do not give up. I'm on every Tuesday night on the Spirit Realm Network at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can catch me here every week. So write it down on your calendar and make a little alarm so that you can come back in this space and hopefully your loved one will pop through. Please know that if your loved one did not come into my awareness tonight, it is not because you did something wrong. They don't want to talk to you. They're mad at you. It doesn't mean any of those things. It literally just means that it was somebody else's turn today, or there was a spirit on the other side who really had something they needed to get through. Like sometimes they need to come through and they need to say what they need to say, whether people want to hear it or not, or whatever that is. So please know that I will be here on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Spirit Realm Network for Live from the Other Side with me, your host, Brooke Ashly. You can also book private readings with me on my website, mediumbrookeashly.com. And you can find me on my Facebook page at Mediumship with Brooke Ashly. All things mediumship are on that page. So any place I'm going to be, whether it's a public event, whether it's going to be a convention, I travel the country doing this work. Usually when you see me in person, as I'm traveling, I'm going to be doing gallery readings. So it's very similar to this. The only difference is I have an audience in front of me. Okay. So you can catch me across the country. This year, multiple different places and spaces, but the best way to know where I'm going to be is going to be on my Facebook page, which is Mediumship with Brooke Ashly. Thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. I love each and every one of you. It really does mean a lot that you're here and trust me with your messages from your loved ones. And I will see you again next week on Live from the Other Side with me, your host, Brooke Ashly. Good night.